People in Niru Hollow spoke in low voices about Elder Maliko and the book he kept hidden beneath the altar of the old stone chapel. They said the book wasn't written with ink. They said it was written with blood, fresh, dark, and living. Some claimed the letter still moved when no one was looking. Others swore that anyone who read it either went mad or vanished entirely. I didn't believe them. I was documenting forgotten spiritual sites across the region, and Niru Hollow was just another name on my list. Old stories. Old fears. That's all they ever were. At least, that's what I told myself as I walked toward the chapel at dusk, my camera heavy on my shoulder, the air thick with the smell of damp earth and smoke. The chapel stood alone at the edge of the village, half swallowed by creeping vines and thyme. Its wooden door groaned when I pushed it open, the sound echoing far too loudly inside the empty space. Someone was already there. Elder Maliko sat near the altar, perfectly still, his hands folded in his lap. His eyes were pale, almost cloudy, and when he smiled, it felt practiced, like something learned rather than felt. "You came," he said softly. That should have been my first warning. He reached beneath the altar and lifted the book with reverence, cradling it like a sleeping child. The cover was dark, cracked, and warm to the touch. Too warm. When he opened it, the pages revealed thick red letters, wet, glossy, and smelling unmistakably of iron. Blood. As I leaned closer, the air changed. It grew heavy, pressing against my chest. I heard whispers, faint at first, like voices drifting through water. When my fingers brushed the edge of the page, a shock of cold surged through me, crawling up my arm and settling deep in my bones. The whispers grew louder. Faces flashed before my eyes, men, women, children, crying, screaming, begging without sound. Elder Maliko leaned closer, his breath cold against my ear. "This book does not forgive," he said. "It remembers." A candle toppled over. Shadows stretched unnaturally across the walls, twisting like living things. I turned for the door, but it slammed shut on its own. The book paused. That was when I understood this wasn't an object. It was aware. The pages turned by themselves, each letter glistening as if freshly written. Then I saw it. A name. My name, carved into the page in thick red strokes, beating slowly like a heart. My stomach dropped. "It has chosen you," Maliko whispered. The whispers invaded my mind, no longer vague. They were angry. Desperate. Hungry. Dark stains spread across the floor, forming symbols I didn't recognize. The book seemed to breathe, expanding and contracting in Maliko's hands. "Most who read it never leave," he said calmly. "Some see. Some hear. Some disappear." I tried to speak. Nothing came out. That night, I didn't sleep. Every shadow whispered my name. Every sound felt too close. When morning came, the cold remained. Red marks, faint but unmistakable, had begun forming along my skin, spelling letters I didn't want to read. The villagers of Niru Hollow avoided me. An old woman crossed herself when she saw me. A man muttered, "The book has written you." I went back to the chapel because I had no choice. This time, the book demanded more. It showed me things, memories I had buried, fears I had never spoken aloud, moments of shame I pretended didn't exist. The pain was unbearable, like invisible hands pulling pieces of my soul free and pressing them into the pages. "Feed it," Maliko said quietly. "Or it will feed on you." I watched shadows crawl across the floor and wrap around my legs. Faces appeared in the walls. Voices screamed inside my skull. The truth became clear. The book did not want worship. It did not want belief. It wanted life. Secrets. Regret. Fear. Guilt. Every hidden part of a person. Survival meant surrender. I knelt. I gave it everything I had tried to hide, from the world and from myself. The book drank it in eagerly, the whispers lowering into a satisfied hum. When it finally closed, the chapel felt emptier, but I felt hollow. Maliko looked at me with something close to pity. It will remember you forever, he said. And one day, it will call again. I left Nero Hollow at sunrise, but the book came with me. Weeks later, a letter arrived. No sender. One line written in red ink. We remember you. And I knew. Some things don't curse you. They claim you. Moral lesson. Not every door should be opened, and not every truth demands to be known. Some knowledge feeds on curiosity, and some power survives by consuming the parts of us we refuse to face. Respect what you don't understand, because once something truly knows. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.